On today's show, we head down to the Big Easy, New Orleans, to Dillard University for the Empower Me Tour. We get up close with Amtrak to find out the importance of their involvement on the HBCU Empower Me Tour. Hill gets one-on-one with Dillard student Eric Wright. And we go inside the tour zone to learn the culture and diversity at Dillard University with all its students. And we get the pulse of the people about the impact of UNCF's HBCU Empower Me Tour in their community. And the spotlight lands on Teach for America. Plus, a conversation with Hill.
But many of us, when we get off of our purpose, we start making decisions that don't make sense. And when we look back, we're like, what was I thinking? But the thing is, it was so easy to get caught off. And that's why this last piece of being an active architect of your own life.
All that and more on today's show. The Self Show on Empower Me TV starts now.
Let's talk about Amtrak's involvement with the HBCU tour. Why they got involved, and
Amtrak believes that the message that Hill Harper is bringing to the HBCU community is a relevant and significant one. We wanted to support the UNCF and Hill Harper's efforts to spread the message to young people that it is never too early to establish goals and plans.
Okay.
We wanted also to get onto the college campuses to talk to students directly about Amtrak services, where we go. We found that the expenses of college can be very daunting, and through our partnership with the UNCF, Amtrak has provided nearly 1,000 students with train travel with the Amtrak Travel Awards Scholars Program.
Okay.
We wanted to share information about programs that allow students to save money when they're traveling, like the Amtrak Travel Scholars Program.
Okay.
15% discount, and the Amtrak Guest Rewards program that make it economical for them to travel.
Okay. And what was some of Amtrak's goals for us when they got involved with this particular project?
Amtrak is all about making connections.
Okay.
We have Amtrak stations located within 10 miles of most of the HBCU's campuses. Additionally, we have over 500 destinations that easily allow them to connect to home, school, and career opportunities through internships and conferences with the student associations that they may be involved with.
Okay. And why was it important for Amtrak to get involved with this project and reach some of the students that you guys have been reaching?
I think that the UNCF, the Wachovia Foundation, and Amtrak all share a common vision that young people are our future, and it is smart to invest in their development.
Okay.
The Amtrak Travel Scholars Program introduces Amtrak to students and builds loyal customers for the future.
Okay.
The program and our involvement in the tour also underscores how convenient Amtrak is to many colleges and university campuses.
I learned a lot. Actually, I'm going to take on his challenge is going home and making my blueprint for life, see what changes, try to make a better me. I really enjoyed it.
What I learned from today's message was seizing the opportunity of the moment. So often you hear of living for the moment and having fun. Well, one thing that I took away from Mr. Harper's speech was seizing the moment for the positive, and therefore creating a framework that is conducive to your well-being in the future.
I got a lot from today's message. I'm already investing because I plan on owning my own NBA franchise by the time I'm 45. So, wow. So I got a lot that I already understood. They reinforced the teachers I already have.
Me, I learned that I need to start saving now. With me being 20, I have a long time to accumulate my wealth. Also to weed out the associates and make sure I keep a close circle of friends who are going to have my back while I'm trying to accumulate my wealth.
We should start a saving plan. As Black people, we tend to lash on to things and think people owe us something, and that we need to, kind of take initiative for our own selves and start to do things for ourselves instead of relying on people to give. And I learned There's no such thing as hookups. I thought I was going to get a hookup when I left. Go to Popeyes, get a little 3-piece, but there's no such thing as hookups.
UNCF presents the HBCU Empowerment Tour, hosted by actor and best-selling author Hill Harper. The HBCU Empowerment Tour is designed to empower a movement among all young people, motivating them towards academic excellence and personal responsibility, and focusing them on building financial knowledge and assets to chart their own destiny. The tour also featured the HBCU Empowerment Tour Zone, where students will get the Hollywood experience, have your picture taken on the red carpet, meet corporate recruiters, and enjoy giveaways from our sponsors. For more information, tour dates, and to register, log on to empowermenttour.org.
Everybody, this is Hill Harper, the Empowerment Tour. We are here at the beautiful Dillard University, New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm telling you, it's one of the most beautiful campuses. You drive through the gates and you have these beautiful old buildings everywhere. You got to come visit this university. It is one of the best and greatest HBCUs in this country. I'm here with my man Eric Wright. We're sitting here. We're gonna have a little chat. Eric, tell the folks out there about yourself. What year you are, what's your major, and what brought you to Dillard.
Well, I am a mass communication major. This is my first semester of my junior year. I'm kind of in on the Excel program. So, mass communications from Lamar, Texas, which is about 15 minutes outside of Houston. And I'm actually the second person in my family to come through Dillard. My sister graduated in 2006, so somewhat of a legacy. But I just love the atmosphere. As you said, the gleaming white and spacious green of the campus, and the number 7 HBCU in the United States. So it called to me. And of course, who doesn't love the city of New Orleans with all the great things that you can do here?
So let's talk about this. Let's break it down for somebody out there who may be thinking about attending HBCU. Let's first start with someone who may be thinking about whether they should go to college or not. What would you say to that, number one? Number two, what would you say in terms of making a decision whether to go to a state school, HBCU, private, public? What was your thought process, and how did you analyze? Did you visit a lot of schools? Did you visit different types of schools? Was it about scholarships and money? How did you break it down so maybe someone out who is watching is trying to figure out, what, maybe can I go, and how can I figure it out? What are the thought process they should have?
Well, first and foremost, I knew that it can't stop at high school. I came out of an all-black community, so, my high school was about 93% black students who graduated with me out of a very small very small high school. But I knew that my diploma could only do so much for me, and I knew I had to take it to that next level, and then the next level, and then the next level, so I can be a competitor. For anybody who wanted to excel, you have to be a competitor. So I knew right then and there I had to go to college just so I could compete. But I knew that I had to go to a college to where I would be nurtured as a man, as a black man, and as a black male scholar. And I didn't want to be left by the wayside, but with my number 642, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to be known as Eric Wright. I wanted to be nurtured as Eric Wright so they can make me a better man. And I knew I couldn't get that from a predominantly white institution, personally. I'm not necessarily downing it, but at the same time, an HBCU is straight for you as a black man to get into the workforce and be a competitor in whatever you want to do. I actually came here, as a little sidebar, I came here as a sociology major because I wanted to do pre-law. And I got here for the first week and they noticed, they said, Eric, you don't like law at all, do you? And I'm like, not really. So they found something that I love to do, and that's in mass communications. So they found something for me, and I found something, and it just made it that much easier, that much more interesting. Now I love going to class. I love doing the radio. And if I didn't come to Dillard, if I didn't go to an HBCU that nurtures everything about me, then I probably wouldn't have realized that.
Let's talk about Teach for America's involvement in the HBCU Empowerment Tour.
Sure. So Teach for America wanted to be involved in this tour in order to spread the word on campus about both the problem of educational inequity and how it affects so many students growing up in low-income areas, and also how students at HBCUs can be part of the solution, how they can join Teach for America and go teach for 2 years and give students the skills that they need to be successful in this world.
Okay. Now, for those that are not familiar with Teach for America, explain to us what you guys do.
Sure. So Teach for America recruits recent college grads and professionals to teach for 2 years in low-income or underperforming school districts. And we recruit all academic majors and backgrounds, so you don't have to have a focus on education.
Okay.
And you receive a full salary and health benefits while you're part of Teach for America, as well as some loan forbearance and a scholarship to help pay back your loans.
Okay.
But really, it's a way to have a significant impact right after you've graduated from college and do something that's really meaningful as a 22, 23-year-old.
Right. And how important was it for you guys to partner with UNCF to be a part of this tour?
Yeah, it was really important. You know, educational inequity disproportionately affects students of color and minority students, and so it's the more minority students that we can get involved in solving this problem, the quicker we'll be able to do that. So it was a big opportunity for us to be able to recruit and to raise awareness on campus.
And what were some of your goals as far as being a part of this?
Yeah, really just to spread the word and to find those, at this point, outstanding juniors who might want to start thinking about teaching, at least in the short term and for 2 years, and to give them the relevant information that they need to make a decision and to consider us as an option as they get closer to graduation.
You got red carpet, interview, prizes, sponsors. Let's get inside the Tour Zone.
Really, its background, its legacy. I've heard so much about it being a great school. It's ranked number 7 out of all the HBCUs, so definitely being here really puts you on a path to being able to go to a job or a career and people know about your school already.
Well, it's really different because I came from predominantly white school, and I really wanted to come somewhere where I could reach out and be culturally diverse. And I mean, it's New Orleans, like where else could you be more diverse?
I can say I've learned the good thing about Dillard, that I've learned academic lessons and I've learned life lessons. Academically, because I'm a political science major, I've learned a lot about international relations and international affairs. Many African Americans are not aware of the international field, so that's a good thing at Dillard. Life lessons, I've learned how to socialize with people better. I've learned different types of people. I've learned a lot about myself as well, being put into situations such as Katrina, and how would you react in a catastrophe like that.
So why go to Southern when you could have went to Howard?
Because I have more of a family ties down here, and actually I do plan on going to Howard for grad school because my major is education. But I figured I'd start out, down here, families down here, a lot more opportunities down here.
Okay.
So being around my people, being around educated, black people, it inspires you. It makes you. It's different when you can be around mainstream America. You can just intermingling. But with, being in an HBCU, you can progress. You see people. You guys are inspiration for each other.
Well, the work is not easy, of course, which some people, I think, perceive about HBCUs. I did attend a public school that wasn't an HBCU. I'll leave it nameless. And my experience there was okay, but transferring from that type of school to an HBCU has its challenges and its advantages. And I would say that being at an HBCU, I've had the opportunity to network, come in contact with my professors on a regular basis. Whenever I need them, I can call, and it's not a problem. If I have to call a friend or anything that's in any of my classes, they don't have a problem with that as well. It's just very family oriented, and everyone's goal is to get out of school.
Double jeopardy is a lot like life. As we get further along in the game, the better decisions and choices we make, our success is accelerated. The worst decisions and choices we make, there's double penalty, oftentimes. So I really felt like I could catch up with success. So some questions start coming down. I get through, and I'm starting to build towards it. But then the second half of double jeopardy, it starts happening again. He's just killing me. And I just get more and more frustrated. I can't get through. And I got to the point where I stopped even reading the question. I just was looking for the light, figuring in that little 4 seconds they give you, I could read the question and then try to answer it. Because I figured if I couldn't get in the game, there's no way I could actually participate, right? And that's what the way life is. If you're not going to actually get in it, you can't win. So I was really frustrated because I could not get in. So I started to get embarrassed. My ego started to get caught up. And I did what many of us do when we get hit with frustration. I quit. I blamed the game. I was like, shoot, Jeopardy's stupid. I hate Jeopardy. Jeopardy sucks. But that's the way most of us react when we get hit with frustration. Most of us, rather than actually taking a step back and saying, is there a different solution or answer? What is really going on, and is this in line with my purpose? I got caught up because I got so far away from my purpose. I let my ego get caught up in some type of result that had nothing to do with the reason I was on the show. What was my purpose for being on the show? Raise money for my foundation. How does that have anything to do with whether I can beat this Jeopardy champ or not? Absolutely nothing.